Hey, this is a quick video. Today I received two guitar necks. Same day, coincidence. And I thought, okay, if I received them the same day, I should make a video. So this is American-made Warmoth Telecaster replacement neck. This is a Chinese also Telecaster replacement neck that I purchased on eBay. This was $100 with shipping and taxes. This is $265 with tax and shipping. So let's open those. Oh, actually, I can tell that Warmoth neck, this American-made neck, is way better packaged. First, like you see, there is no dent on it with this triangular shape. This is very smart. I like it. Now this, I don't know. This is directly from China, and I have no idea what could happen to this neck. It's kind of, you see, there is definitely was some pressure in this side, and overall it feels very soft, and whatever could happen to this neck, unfortunately. So let's check. Let's open them. Okay, so this is roasted flamed maple. The frets look tiny, but these are stainless steel frets. There is a defect over here. I can immediately see. This is what happens with this packaging, you know, cheap packaging from China. You can get dents like this. This is actually very annoying, but should be fixable. I will try to fix this. But yeah, this neck is damaged for sure. So as I said, the frets are fairly small. They claim it's stainless steel. I don't know. They don't look shiny. This neck also smells with very prominent smell of burnt wood. It's indeed roasted. Over here I can see that somehow the nut is installed or on angle. This distance between the headstock and the nut is smaller than this distance over here. And I'll need to measure distances between the first thread and the nut, both here. I'll do that. Now let's take a look on the Warmoth neck. Well, I can already tell you that I like it more. First, they sent me something. Let's see what they sent me. Replacement neck for Fender Squire. Okay, that's good to know. I actually need it for my project. Very good of them to send me this Allen wrench, probably the truss rod adjustment key. And yeah, I haven't. This is my first time experiencing this system. There is this classical adjustment on this side, like traditional Fender adjustment. There is also this adjustment. I have to read what's the difference between those. And actually, if you know, please comment on this video and let me know what's the difference between this and this. What I also like about this neck, the frets are way taller. These are bigger frets, and these are stainless steel by spec. And I'm a little bit biased. I know that if Warmoth says it's stainless steel, it's likely stainless steel, where if this is stainless steel, I don't know. I want to believe this is stainless steel, maybe it is. On this neck there is no nut installed, but there is a nut slot which is very even and well cut. This is very smooth. I like it. Overall, this chunkier neck than this one. Some people might not like it, but actually this is the advantage to me. I ordered a chunk neck. I wanted a chunkier neck because I have very large hands. As opposed to this Chinese neck, I didn't know if it's chunky or large enough for me or not. I just ordered it. It's definitely smaller, but I think most people will like the shape of this neck. Let's do some measurements. So this is 34.8. This is 34. Actually, this is 34.8 as well. So no issues here. Just looks, you know, it looks crooked, but in reality it's a properly installed nut, which is good. You see here there is a small like gap. It's not flush to the neck, so this is like a really minor defect, but it's really minor. So let's measure the base of the neck for the body neck pockets. 55.2 millimeters. 53.2. It is slightly wider, like a millimeter wider here compared to this part. Let's check the Warmoth neck. This is roughly 54 millimeters and 55.4. So the same tendency. This is like 1 millimeter, 1.5 millimeter wider. What I really like about this neck compared to the Chinese neck. Let's put them side by side. Here, that on the Warmoth American neck, I can see the fret tongue over here. And you can see that on the Chinese neck, and actually this is a feature of most Asian necks or import necks, the fret tang is not visible. They cut the slot, they install the fret, and they fill this gap with glue or some wood filler, and this surface is very smooth, very much like Phil McKnight likes with, you know, for the sock tests. It's very smooth. I cannot complain. Where this, it's susceptible to fret sprout, because you see the tang is visible. However, fret sprout honestly is not a big deal, at least for me, and probably it's not a big deal for other players. And to be completely fair, like the feel on this neck is perfect. Like I don't feel anything. Same as here. I don't feel, actually here I feel like a tiny bit of glue or something, like a spot over here, maybe some rough wood, maybe wood grain. I don't feel any fret here. I don't feel fret here as well. So this is perfect, even though the fret tang is visible. And why I prefer this system will not catch string under the fret. It will not be a fret grabber. On this type of fret installation, you will not get this. Also, you can check that most American manufacturers, excluding some like Music Man maybe, install frets this way. Fenders, Gibsons, unless the fretboard is bound. But if it's not, you will see this type of fret installation. What I also really like about this, you can see underneath the tang there is a small gap, like under the metal over here, very small gap. It's hard to cut ideal depths to your fret, and therefore leaving a little bit of room is reasonable. I can tell from this neck that this little gap is filled. Most likely it's filled with glue. Actually, I contacted Warmoth before ordering this neck to make sure that they use glue, and they confirmed they use CA glue. I really like this. All things are checked for me. Actually, this neck probably, for my standards, are better than Fender necks, because Fender, as far as I know, they don't use glue. Let me show you really quick how a string can be trapped underneath the fret with this fret installation system. Thickness of the first string, 9th string, and as I said, there is no fret tang on the sides. So if it's sticking here, you see it gets underneath the fret. This is definitely a defect. Should not be like this. Yeah, let's try to see the quality of the fretwork. By the way, I forgot to tell you, I am not sponsored neither by the Chinese manufacturers nor by Warmoth. Actually, I contacted Warmoth after ordering the neck I asked them if they want to, to support my future videos with some more components. Like I need a body for my next project, and they kind of replied, but I guess they're thinking if they want to do it or not. Anyways, so there is no sponsorship. I still so far like this neck better than this one, although this one maybe is prettier because of the flame maple. And the issue with the frets is solvable. There is a significant price difference. This is $100, this is $265. Before measuring or checking the fretwork, I can already tell that I kind of prefer this. No issues with shipping, better fretwork so far. And this one, you can order your custom parameters for your neck, which is very cool. Let's check first the Chinese neck. Okay, there is a significant back bow to this one, so I'll need to adjust the truss rod. All right, so this is good. A very slight high fret over here. Very high here on this side. A lot of high frets. I would guess no fret leveling is done. No glue is inside the fret slots, most likely. You can see other YouTubers that review these necks from eBay and places like that from China, and they're very excited. They're very, very happy about these necks, but I think they mostly judge by the looks. And this neck actually looks great, except of this, dent from shipping. But the fretwork, and the fretwork is the main, in my view, it's like one of the biggest and most important things. On this neck, the fretwork is not great for sure. If I use this neck, I'd need to either refret it or level it and glue the frets. Gluing these frets can be difficult. I can damage the wood here and it wouldn't be nice. So extra work is required for sure on this neck. Good looking neck, but it's a fast compilation, so requires extra work for sure. Now let's check the Warmoth neck. I heard from Warmoth that they do not level their frets, and they ask, maybe it's different now, I don't know, but what I remember, Aaron from Warmoth YouTube channel mentioned they don't level the frets, and if we want to have ideal frets, we need to level them ourselves. Yeah, let's see. We can see that number of high frets on the Warmoth neck and the Chinese neck is comparable. They both have high frets. By the feel, I can say that the Chinese neck height difference between frets was more significant and more prominent, and there was more play, which means that in practice, such a neck can buzz on the higher action. Both necks will require fret leveling, Warmoth as well, though Warmoth actually declares this. Let me know in the comments what you think about these two, this Chinese flame maple stainless steel, allegedly, or this Warmoth neck made by Specs, has somewhat better fretwork in my opinion, but it's more expensive. So please let me know which one would you choose for your project. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.